the Oriens.
What's up everyone, this is your Oriens, back again with another video. So guys, what we're gonna do today, as I told, we're gonna cover from basics, and according to my last video, where to start hacking, we're gonna see how to work with Linux, because Linux is the most used OS in today's date, as it provides you to play with your computer settings, inbuilt settings, and also it's kind of more secure than other OS. So most of the pen testing OS are in Linux. So you should know how to work with Linux. So we're gonna see some basic commands on how to work with Linux. So without further ado, let's get started. And in this video I'm gonna use parrot OS, and the reason is I can use Kali, but some commands cannot be used in Kali. It's not that it cannot be, it there is no need of using that, but you should have the knowledge of that command. So I'm gonna use parrot for today. Parrot OS is also an pen testing OS that I will recommend you to install. It is lighter OS compared to Kali Linux, plus it has some anonymity features, and also parrot security. Its security is more far more from Kali Linux. So I also recommend you to use parrot OS, and I may suggest that you guys should get exposed to many other OS, many other Linux distributions, so it will increase your exposure, right? So without further ado, let's get into this. Sorry that I was previously on work. I need to close this, all copy just. Okay, here we are. So before going into the comments, I just want to introduce my two friends. I mean, two terminals where in which you gonna work if you use any Linux distributions. You gonna need these two things. The first is, the both are a terminal. What is a terminal? A terminal in which you work in Linux. Okay, so there are two terminals. First one, a main terminal, a normal terminal, and in this you can do some normal commands, and there are also another terminal called a root terminal. To differentiate this thing, you can just see this if it starts with the username DK. In my case, it's DKRN. If it starts with DKRN, it's just a main terminal, and if it starts with the root, it is like a root terminal. In Windows, you go if you have two users specified, like admin and guest. The guest terminal is this, and the admin terminal is this. If you have any two users in Windows, to install or to delete something, the guest user would ask for the admin's password, right? The same thing here, the root and the normal. Most of the case we gonna use normal, because we can't be a root to access some files, and we need to be root for some other files. So let me go with this, and I will increase the size so that you guys can see. So first thing, the first difference in Windows and Linux is, Windows user may know this, if a file is there, and you will call it as a folder. In Linux we will call it as directory. So first we're gonna make a folder. In Linux we're gonna make a directory. In Windows, what you will do is, you will right click and just click a new under folder, right? So what is the operation in Linux? So it's a simple keyword called mkdir. So mk stands for make, and dir stands for directory. So we're gonna make a directory, and we're gonna name it, right? Once you create right click new and folder, it will ask for the name. So we're gonna give the name, right? So mkdir, and I'm gonna call it as new directory. So new dir. So it's created. It's pretty good, right? And we can have this new directory created. So in ParrotOS, you can wait a minute. In ParrotOS, the current working directory is desktop, and you can see it here, but it's not the same for most of the Linux OS, Linux distributions, because most of them don't have this kind of launchers. It only like may have only dollar, or may have only greater than sign, and stuffs like that. So to know the current working directory, in which directory you are, you gonna use this command called pwd. So what that mean is print working directory. So once you saw it for that, I got a notification. Let me close that. Okay, so print working directory, and watch that. We will get the current working directory. I am in a directory called home, and inside that I have a directory called a dk orient, and inside this I am having a directory called desktop. So I am in desktop. So what's the path of this is home, dk orient, and desktop. So once creating the directory, I want to see what is inside the directory. For example, I am in desktop, and I just need to see what is inside the desktop, right? So if the background is not there, we don't know what's inside desktop, right? So let me increase zoom in so you can see. So to see what is inside desktop, we gonna use this directory, sorry, this keyword called ls means list, and that will list all the directories and files and text documents and other stuffs in the desktop in this directory. Okay, so next is after listing the directory, we gonna get in, after making and seeing what's inside, we gonna get into another directory. So what we gonna do is we gonna change the working directory. The working directory is desktop, and I am gonna change the working directory. So the keyword is cd stands for change directory, and the directory is I'm gonna get into new directory. So without spelling mistake, we gonna type NEWDIR. If we leave any mistakes, like if we are not able to, and if we leave any type of mistakes, it will give an error. So we're gonna type the correct spelling, and we can get into that. Now we can see we are inside our desktop, and we are inside new directory. If you do print working directory, you can get the current working, get the path of the current working directory. So I am inside this directory, but I can't I am in the wrong directory. I want to come outside of this directory. What should I do? Should I close the terminal? You can close the terminal and come again, but that's bullshit. So what we're gonna do is a simple command like cd and dot and the dot and dot is going back to the original directory. So if you click that, you will go again to desktop. So if I do print working directory, and it will tell me the working directory, and now I am in desktop folder. And also, if your computer, so most of them don't like this all this stuff to displayed on your unnecessary stuff displayed on your computer. It's kind of annoying, right? So we want to clear this terminal thing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use a command called clear. If you know C++ program, we will use a command like clear and open and close bracket. That will clear the screen, right? So clear CLR SCR, I think that's the thing in C++ program. So the same way we're gonna clear the screen. So CLEAR, and if you click enter, and boom, you get a new fresh terminal. So, and also, like what's you may see this, there are kind of lock in the up of the directory, and there is nothing here. So what that means is these folders are created by an admin, a root user. So we can't just open we can't access these files. To access this file we need root directory. So once you are in root directory, you can access this file like you know if
Oops, I just don't know what happened. Let me maximize it. Okay, so if you're familiar with the series called what's that? I just forgot that. Yeah, Mr. Robot. It's a kind of series where a person called Mr. Elliot, a hacker, and that's a kind of hacking series. I mean, a guy will do hacking, and it's kind of that. And if society, this tool is the collection of tools that is used in that movie. I'm not gonna use this tool now. I just use this tool to show how to access the locked or root access the folder, right? So uh, we are inside F society. I mean, we wanna go to sorry, where are we? Yeah, we are in the directory called home dk orient to just know where are we, and we are inside in a root directory, and inside home and inside dk orient, and we are root, and we are the admin, we are the super user, right? So I'm gonna clear the screen, and we I'm gonna use the list directory to list, and here is what we're gonna enter, and we're gonna enter cd desktop. And if the file size is larger, for example, that is this tool called sdk, or let me use this one. Okay, so this one is bigger. I'm bored, I'm kind of lazy to type all this thing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna execute. So before executing, I don't want to type all these things. So script scr, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit the tab button. Sorry, it won't work for this thing. I will do for desktop. So what I'm gonna do this, I'm lazy and I can't just type all the thing in desktop. So what I'm gonna do is cdde, and I'm gonna tap the tab key, and that will enter the most relevant thing that is close to de. So there is nothing there is no folder starts with d except this desktop. So what it will do is it will fetch this and put it here, so it will be easy for us. So if you wanna use a tab key, it will complete your directory. So I'm gonna clear the window, I mean clear the terminal. I'm gonna zoom in and list it. So here is F society, right? cd and F society. So we are in F society. So we accessed it. We are inside F society. So if we use this terminal, and we gonna access cd and yeah, cd and fso, and I'm gonna click the tab button, so it will finish for me F society, and we gonna list it, and I'm gonna start this tool. So what is the command? It is ss. To execute a tool, the command is dot and a slash. This dot and slash, what it will do is it gonna execute this file. So dot and slash, and I'm gonna tell install dot sh, that will install the requirements. So what is asking for this? It will ask password for DK Orient. So I'm not a root user. If I don't know the password, I can't use this. Let me use this in root directory. So the same command dot slash, and I'm gonna execute it by install dot sh, and if I click enter, it won't ask for a password because I'm the root user. I'm telling do this, and it will do without any other question. So I'm a root user in Kali Linux. You will be root user, there is no other user. So you don't want this command. So if for example to execute that file, for example, wait a second, so I'm gonna enter into F society, and I'm gonna use a command called sudo. So what this sudo do is it will grant you the root root level permissions. You should know the password for your root. It's kind of if you don't know what is root is, you may have heard this as rooting the Android phones, right? The rooting is giving the super user permission. In iOS, it is called as jailbreak. That's a weird name. So sudo, and I'm gonna execute it dot slash and install, and I'm gonna press the tab key. So it will ask this password here itself, and if I'm gonna enter my password, and it will start automatically, so no need and you can use the sudo command if there anything any error and you want to concentrate. If any error occurs, you want to concentrate this thing what the error says. If the error says permission denied, you're gonna add sudo before your command, so it will ask for your root password, and after you insert it, no matter what, no permission, it will just go on. Okay, so I'm gonna clear the screen. So, and again, for example, I'm gonna introduce another command, so I'm gonna list this. You may ask, I will increase the size. So you may find that it is kind of light green and it is kind of a dark green. Why it is? Because I just gave kind of a special permission for this. If you execute this one, and let me do a root cd capital D and a tab key and enter. So I'm gonna enter into F society and ls list. After listing, I'm gonna execute that f society.py. So f so tab f society t.py, and it will give you, like, even though you are a root user, it's asking, it's telling that it's put an error that permission denied. It's cause if you use this command ls tag l, it will give you the command, it will give you the permission. R and W means read, and you can read, and as well as you can write. R means you can read, and R means you can read. So to change the permission, yeah.
So what this do is, what this tell is, it what this R and W means, it will R means read. So what is read? Read is only you can see what is in it. You can't do any change, and this or is read and read, and this is root. The root users only can read and write. The normal users can write, and the other user can write. So this way, and if I gonna look at install.sh, you can see that you can read. If the root user can read, write, execute. X means execute and read. So the normal user can execute and write, and the other user can execute. So if I go and see that fsociety.py, we can't execute. That is only read and write. Even though I'm a root user, the permission given to the root user is only you can read and write, you cannot execute. But the normal user don't have right to, can only read. To change the permission, first let me clear the window. I'm sorry, terminal. I'm always using Windows. So I'm gonna list this, and I'm gonna change the permission given to fsociety.py. So what I'm gonna do is chmod. This will change the mode. I mean, this will change the permission for this. Can use numbers, and there are certain numbers. I just forgot what are the numbers and what are the. If you use 7, it will give you read, write, and execute. And I just totally forgot the numbers. So for now, I am teaching you this chmod 777. What it means is, it will give the root user read, write, and execute, and it will give the normal user read, write, and execute. It will give all users like read, write, and execute. No matter who is accessing, everyone can execute this file. And if you use like 70000 is called no permission, and 7 is only the root user can read, write, and execute.
And other permission, if you have a lot of executable file like sh.py, sh, and if there are many files, you cannot use this. For example, I'm gonna use this update.sh. I'm gonna change the permission for this update.sh. So what I'm gonna do is chmod 777, and I'm gonna do update.sh. So it changed the permission. So how can we see ls and tag l? So you can see that, yeah, update.sh, you can see that read write execute, read write execute, read write execute. So it will give a total permission. If we change chmod and 700, only the root will have read write and execute. 700 and what's the name, update dot sh, and we give ls tag a, oh sorry, ls tag l, and you can see only the root user can read write and execute, and that no others have any permission to read or write or execute. So if there were a lot of executable programs, and you cannot type everyone chmod some numbers and others, you just want everyone to be executable. So there is another command, so I'm going to clear this, and what's the command is chmod plus x and a star. So what it will do is it will give every program, every executable file a permission that every user can execute. Any user can only execute, no read, no write. Any user can only execute. So after I just give the command, you can see that every file, every executable file, you can see that it changed to this light some shitty color, light green. Okay, so if I wanna see the permissions, and you can see that every user has execute and read, execute and read, execute and read, execute and read, and every user has execute. So this command will give all executable file the execute permission. Okay, so I'm gonna clear. Thank you guys, and I think that's it for today, and I think I covered most of the basic commands, and after this I think I covered all the basics. If you don't know any of the basics, just ping me up, man. I will continue, and I'm gonna start with tools. I'm go we completed anonymizing ourselves, we completed the uh, basic usage, I mean working with Linux, and what we gonna do is we gonna start in our next videos, we gonna start hacking. We gonna get into our hands dirty, we gonna start hacking a little by little by little, and congratulations, you guys gonna be a hacker. So stay tuned guys, like, subscribe, and share the video if your friends also want to know about what is hacking and you too want to become a hacker. Just share this video to the maximum, and I think I just completed all of my work. So hereafter, and we gonna get our hands dirty, so we need continuity. So there won't be like one video per week, it's gonna be one video per couple of days. 2 days I'm gonna upload another video, so we gonna get started with hacking, the real hacking. So stay tuned guys, and if you have any video suggestions, just leave it on the comment, and follow me on Instagram. And you may ask why this guy has gone for a while. It's that I created a group called the Oriens in my Instagram account. So it's the motive of the group is we are recruiting members, and we are training them, and just we are, if we think that you are deserved, and you're a light, we gonna recruit you, and we gonna train you, and we will make you join in our organization. So that's it guys for today, stay tuned, and
And it's a boy from DK Orient.